Today, July 9th, I'd like to come to you and give you my story in dealing with a karmic. I met this guy summer of 2017. He came off so nice, cool. He love bombed me, put it like that, pouring it on, gained my trust, had me let my guard down, and something that I haven't done in a long, long time, if ever, the way I did with him. Everything was fine for a while in the love bomb stage. I felt like, yeah, maybe this could be the one because he made me feel so good. But I should have known because he wanted to jump into a relationship really quick. I didn't see it then, but I do know now. That's just an experience that I had to learn. Fast forward, 8 months later, we move in together. Within the first week or two comes the devaluation, triangulation. He nitpicked. He tried to put me in third parties or triangulate me with other women. The man even tried to triangulate me with a dead woman, as he said. Not thinking at the time, but when he said that the person that he was with died, I don't know, something my intuition said, what did you do? I never really, got in depth, but his story was all the family did not want me at the funeral because they felt like it was my fault. At the time, I knew something was not right. I just knew it. I knew something wasn't right. However, didn't pay that any attention. You know. So then, at some point, I found myself in a trauma bond to where I couldn't see anything because the projections, the illusions that he was placing on me that I did not see. Then started becoming really aggressive, argumentative, wanted to argue all the time, projecting his insecurities onto me. Whatever he was doing in the streets, he tried to accuse me of. And you know that saying, when there's one, when the finger points at you, there's always two more pointing in the other direction. I knew it. Fast forward. About a year later, forgot what happened. We got into it. He wouldn't give me my house keys back. So, however, I ended up getting a hold of his phone because I knew my intuition told me that something was not right. Get the phone because he'd rather me have the phone than the keys. I go through it, see all kind of text messages, phone calls, and Lord, went to his inbox. This guy was texting in multiple women, just like in full-blown thirst mode. And there was one in particular that I'm not sure, it could have been an ex. It could have been an ex. But he was just hell-bent. It seemed like they had some type of relationship, or you can tell that it was something with those two. He tried to lie about it. Oh, I never had sex with her, and I don't believe it. Because why is this woman so hell-bent on calling you a habitual liar? This, that, and the third. She said that you told her that you always told her that you didn't have anybody in your life. Now, I got this information because I sent texts messages to her inbox. Um, just playing like I was him. The spelling, because his spelling was atrocious. Needless to say, sorry. Forgive me, Lord. Don't mean to judge, but so that's how she felt like it was him. And yeah, so that's how I found that information out about her. I believe that this woman had been in my house because in the message she said, I told when I'm not sure, maybe he was on a video call, I don't know. I told you, I knew it. I asked you if that looked like women's stuff in the background. However, fast forward, got past that. It took a couple months, forgave him for that. Trying to give him a chance, believe maybe this man could change, maybe it's not what I think it is. Pretty much gaslighting myself because he was gaslighting me. So gaslighting myself and believing maybe, it's not what I think. When I knew that it was what I thought. I knew it. I just let it pass. Mind you, now I'm caught in this trauma bond now. So I'm believing that things could change. Maybe things can change. Fast forward, 2020. We're sitting in the room watching television. He's laying on the bed. I was sitting in the chair watching television. He's laying back. All of a sudden, he jumped up and screamed my name. So I'm like, what the heck is wrong with you? And from there, oh my goodness, from there, he just started attacking me like with words, trying to attack my my spirit. And the man brought down my energy. He stole so much of my energy that it was ridiculous. I don't know how I was even able to just still go to work every day. The guy would come in, wake me up out of my sleep, starting arguments, projecting, oh, you're cheating with this person, you're cheating with that person. People told me this, people told me that. And when he knew he was lying. Because unlike himself, I was never in the street. I was a homebody. I go to work and I come home. The only time I really went out is to go to the laundromat, go to the store, or maybe to go to the mall just to get away for a little while, pamper myself, stuff like that. Come to find out, now I had already known, he had already told me, because when I met the man, he was in a, a recovery home. So he had already told me he was recovering from drugs. I let that slide, trying to give the man a chance because I asked him up front, do you think you will ever indulge again? Because I don't mess around with people that do drugs, hardcore drugs especially. Oh, no, 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 no. Fast forward, coming to find out, the man was doing this stuff behind my back. The man did so much stuff behind my back that I had no clue of because, mind you, I was not a street person. I wasn't in the streets like he was. The man couldn't hold a job because of his habits. Gambling, sex, lies. The man literally, when I met this man, I was already petite. I was a size 5, but I'm 5'2", so it was decent. By the time I left that relationship, baby, I was a size 0 or 1. In between that, 0 or 1. So he affected not only my physical body, he messed up my mental and he destroyed my spiritual. I was so physically, mentally, and emotionally drained messing with this boy because he's not a man. He's a coward, non-committal, couldn't commit for nothing in the world. But he lied and said that, oh, I'm the only one, I'm the best, everything that he felt like he wanted to hear. So come to find out, there was another person on the sideline that I had absolutely no clue about. And also, these people put witchcraft, witch spells, projecting all this stuff over to me, and I had no idea why. I was nothing but kind, loving, supportive. I supported him in everything, financial. If he failed, I would pick him up. Got to a time where he used to pay his whole half portion of, half of the rent. Then you started coming with, oh, well, this is all I got this time, or this is all I got that time. Now, the man has had good jobs, working way more hours than I was. Way more. I was on part-time hours. He was well over full-time hours. But yet, you were always broke. You're asking me for money all the time. You want me to cover everything all the time. It got to a place, y'all. It got so bad with, I don't know, the addictions. I don't know what this man was doing out in the streets or whatever, to where he stopped caring about his hygiene. I would come home, my house would be a filthy mess. Messy. I mean, messy. The man used to have, I'm at work working hard. The man used to have people all in my house partying, women included, that I had no clue about. And the crazy thing is, a lot of the stuff that was done behind my back, I didn't find out until after I was done with him. Even though I felt it. And I just remember when I got so tired and fed up with this man, I went to the Lord and begged and prayed for him to get me away from this guy. Mind you now, I was loyal to this man. I wanted to go, I wanted to go, I wanted to go, but I was stuck in a lease. And I didn't want to have bad credit with the property owner. So that was another loyalty. So I was loyal to people and things, neglecting my own needs when I knew I should have been gone and left this relationship. But I was more worried about this lease than anything. Now, mind you, at this point, I was just mentally checked out on this guy. Mentally checked out on him. And another thing, I got to a point to where he couldn't get a nickel from me. And when you tell these narcs no, baby, it goes up. You hear me? They hate the word no. Now, you remember that song Beyonce made back I believe on her first album, solo album. The first time I say no is like I never said yes. Yeah, that part. Honey, through this relationship for years, I hid it. I hid it from my family, making it seem like everything was cool. If we go to family gatherings, whatever, this guy always wanted the attention on him for some reason. Always thought everything was about him for some reason. I don't know. But anyway, I hid this from my family because this guy, I was disrespected in the worst way in private. He wouldn't do anything in public, but when we got in the house, I was called every name in the book except the child of God. You hear me? I was disrespected in the worst way. And I couldn't believe I allowed myself to go through this because I was trying to be loyal, nurturing, trying to hold on to something that I thought that maybe I can help him change. Maybe he would change it on his own one day. Maybe. No, no, no. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, because this can go both ways with narcissists. Sorry. When you see patterns that don't align with your spirit, it's time for you to go because that's your intuition, baby, telling you that something ain't right. And what's understood don't even need to be explained. You know that saying. Get your stuff and go as fast as you can. And when you get out that relationship, they're going to try to send you a Hoover. Believe that. Please, please, please don't ever, ever, ever accept a Hoover. And that's one thing I didn't do. I shut that door and locked it tight and nailed it shut. Because guess what? When they come back, they going to do you even worse than they did you the first time, honey. Trust and believe. They're attached to the devil, and you know the devil is here on this earth to kill, steal, and to destroy you. And by the grace of God, honey, I got up out of there because this man, unknowingly to me, was trying to hurt me, kill me, have me in poverty, have me stuck. And I had no clue about it. Teaming up with people, putting witchcraft and witch spells on me, warlock magic, all the above. But my God loved me so much that I prevailed through all that madness. I thank him so much. I thank him so much. But never answer a Hoover. Block these people and don't have anything else to do with them because they're just going to repeat their cycle. The whole cycle is love bomb, devaluation, discard, and then a Hoover. So if you didn't discard them, maybe they just up and left you. See, they always think that they can always return because they were so used to doing this in their life. They think they can keep returning back to your life to repeat these same cycles over and over again. If you let them in, if you keep letting them in, this is what these people are going to do. And trust me, this is something that you don't want for your life, honey. Don't care if you have, even if you have kids with them, use Great Rock. Keep everything about the children only because they're going to try to ask you what's going on in your life and you know, stuff like that. No, keep everything about I'm sorry. We're just going to keep everything about the kids. But if you don't have kids, get away and stay away. Please stay away because these people are no good for your health. No good for your health. No good. So that's just part of my story, guys. I will be back to share some more soon. So thank you all for listening. Hopefully you take heed to these words if you're going through it now or if you have been through it. If you're going through it now, baby, please find a way out. Get a way out. Get away. You got to get away to save yourself. You got to get away. Go to God. Please go to God. Please go to God. You always go to God. No matter what the circumstances, you go to God and he will heal you. Please go back. Thanks for listening. See y'all in the next one. And I'm sorry, my name is Gina. Gina Hicks, that is. So you guys will learn more about me pretty soon. All right. Thank you. Bye.